to corruption. Towards the end of last year, we brought 7 trillion shillings in just 1 week, most of which, of course, is lost to corruption and keeping Museveni's family comfortable. As we speak right now, every Ugandan, even a 1-day-old child, has a debt of 2 million shillings on their head. 2 million shillings, even on a 1-day child. That's where we are as a nation. Recently, you saw General Museveni shamelessly appointing NRM stooges to the Electoral Commission, a commission which is supposed to be impartial and independent. And yet, with all these challenges, we choose not to give up. We choose to fight on for a new Uganda because we believe in it and we know that we must achieve it in our lifetime. Thank you. When we carried out the NUP countrywide tour, you all saw millions of Ugandans turning up to receive and embrace and endorse our message of change and liberation. When we announced the launch of this new headquarters of the National Unity Platform, thousands of people converged here to witness the opening of yet another command center of the struggle for the liberation of our country. We also witnessed the massive support and solidarity of our fellow Ugandans in the diaspora and friends of Uganda that continue to stand with us in our struggle for freedom in Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw the world premiere of our documentary film, The People's President, which continues to expose the atrocities that General Museveni and his bloody regime have committed against the people of Uganda. Just 2 days ago, this documentary won the Global Cinema Eye Award in New York. And as if that is not good enough, it has been shortlisted for the prestigious Oscar Awards. Friends, this documentary has been by far the most potent, by far the hardest and most effective assault on the Museveni regime internationally since 1986. Yes, Museveni for a long time has invested so much of Ugandan taxpayers' money trying to paint a rosy picture of his regime, but we managed to expose him, to undress him to the entire international community. And right now, he's no better than Idi Amin or Robert Mugabe or Mobutu Sese Seko. He is known for the dictator that he is, and of course we continue to expose him further and deeper. But again, like I always tell you, we are still fighting on because, as you see, 2024 promises to be even tougher. This year alone, ladies and gentlemen, began with the murder of a very promising music artist called Kato Hussein, also known as Black Ice. He was attacked and killed in Kamocha at his home. But as usual, there was no police investigation and no police report whatsoever. The murder was swept under the carpet, and we lost Black Ice like we've lost many other Ugandans. Then we saw the alleged gun attack, which claimed the life of Pastor Bujingo's driver or bodyguard or church elder, also a UPDF and SFC soldier. This was a very unique case, ladies and gentlemen, because, unlike in the past, even if there were many obvious questions for the police to ask and to launch investigations, just like it was in the past, there was no investigation, there was no arrest, but instead the military ordered Ugandans, especially those on social media, not to discuss this alleged attack. No wonder the public and the Ugandans, especially on social media, decided to take the investigations in their own hands, and we continue to follow those investigations. Also, Every time such a shooting happens, ladies and gentlemen, the regime quickly blames it on ADF rebels before, of course, carrying out any conclusive investigations. We do not dispute the existence of ADF rebels, but neither do we dispute the possibility of the regime masterminding such crimes, after which they parade especially Muslim people before the media. You all remember when Museveni's minister told the parliament that the soldiers that were seen on camera beating people on the streets of Kampala were actually from West Africa. You all remember that Jamiru Mukulu, who is said to be the leader of the ADF, was captured on the news shouting at the entrance of a court above City Square that Museveni regime is the one that gives them money and weapons to the ADF rebels. You also remember that Idi Amin's son, Lumumba Amin, made a video last year suggesting that it was Museveni who murdered Ben Chiwanuka in the 70s. According to him, Museveni was seen driving a car registration number UUU 171, in which Ben Chiwanuka was abducted and later murdered. Museveni went ahead in his book, Showing the Mustard Seed, to reveal that he was actually the one who was driving that car on the day which his terrorist group was raided by government soldiers. So, your guess is just as good as mine. You also remember the confession by General Kaindo Tafile that during their bush war days, Museveni and his bandits would raid villages, rape and kill civilians, and then blame it on the Obote government in order to have the population turn against Obote. And even today, you all are aware that the regime pays several propagandists and bloggers to discredit our struggle for a better Uganda and for freedom and democracy. They hire hardcore criminals like Bobi to do the dirty work for them, and of course, eliminate